Good morning students. In the previous video we had seen about the laws of optical communication, that is your ray theory concepts, which is going to follow your reflection and your refraction process. Now we will be seeing in this video your total internal reflection, acceptance angle and the numerical aperture. So your total internal reflection is nothing but whatever is going to be the light wave that is going to be propagated inside the fiber, it is going to follow a process called total internal reflection. So how this total internal reflection occurs is when the light ray that is going to be incident on the fiber. So here this is going to be, if I am going to see, this is your core, and this core is going to have a higher refractive index, and this is going to be the core axis, and this is your cladding interface. So this cladding is going to have a lower refractive index compared to this core refractive index there. So now when a light ray is going to be incident on the core, that is the interface between the core and the cladding surface, it is going to be incident at an angle of phi. So here this angle phi is going to be equivalent to that of your critical angle or greater than that of the critical angle. So when the angle of incidence is going to be greater than the critical angle, the wave will be reflected. So it will be reflected into the same medium, that is the core medium, and it will cross this core axis there, and it will strike the core interface, that is your core interface here. There is the interface between the core and the cladding surface. So when it strikes the core interface, here in this case what happens is the angle what it is going to make with the normal to the interface is going to be same phi. That is, it is going to be equivalent to the critical angle or greater than the critical angle. If it is equal to the critical angle or greater than the critical angle, this wave will be reflected back into the same medium, and this wave will cross through the axis, and it will reflect, that is, it will strike the core cladding interface there. Again we are going to see it is going to make an angle phi. So here this phi is going to be equivalent to the critical angle there. So when it is going to be equal or greater than the critical angle, that wave is going to be reflected. So this process is going to be followed inside the fiber through a process called total internal reflection, and the wave is going to be transmitted. So here we can see that your silica core, this is your interface of the silica core here, and this is your slightly, your cladding surface is going to have a lower refractive index compared to the core. So this is the concept of your total internal reflection. So total internal reflection is when the incident angle is going to be equivalent to the critical angle or greater than the critical angle, the wave will be reflected back into the same medium there. So that is called as a total internal reflection. So here what we are going to do is, we are going to see that when the light ray is going to cross the core axis, we call that light ray to be a meridional ray. And here in this case we are going to assume that your light ray, your transmission of the light through the fiber is going to be a perfect one, that is, there is going to be no discontinuities. So suppose if there is going to be any discontinuities or imperfections at the core, then, or the core cladding interface, then a refraction process takes place. So refraction processes, your wave will not be completely reflected, a small portion will be leaked into the cladding region there. So when a small amount of energy or the ray is going to be leaked into the cladding region, then we call that energy to be your evanescent energy there. So or it is going to be leaked into the cladding region. Next is we are going to see the acceptance angle. So acceptance angle is, we are going to see that a ray is going to be incident at an angle. So here we are going to see that a ray is going to be incident at an angle theta A with to the fiber, that is, it is going to strike the core axis there. So when it is going to strike the core axis, your wave is going to be, if this angle incident to the core axis is going to be equivalent to the critical angle, my wave will be reflected back. So my wave is going to be reflected. So here in this case the wave is going to go like this. So when this phi c is going to be, the angle which it makes with this normal to the interface is going to be equivalent to critical angle, means my wave will be reflected back and it will cross the core axis. So this is called as a meridional ray. So when this angle what it makes with the interface is going to be equivalent to the critical angle or greater, then the wave will be reflected back into the core. So this process is going to be called as your total internal reflection, and it is going to see that the incident angle is going to be equivalent to the critical angle or it is going to be greater than the critical angle there. So this is your incident angle, which is going to be equivalent to the critical angle here. Now I am going to take another ray. So the ray B is going to strike the ray, that is your strike the core here, core axis, where the ray is going to be propagated. So when it is going to strike the fiber, it is going to have an angle, it is going to make an angle perpendicular to this fiber axis less than the critical angle. So if this angle of incidence is going to be less than the critical angle, then in that case a small portion of the ray is going to be refracted. So it is going to be refracted and it is going to strike the cladding interface there. So when it is going to strike the cladding surface, your wave, so in this case when it strikes the cladding surface, if I am going to have your angle to be equivalent to the critical angle or greater, in that case that wave will be reflected back into the cladding surface and to the core. So here in this case a small amount of energy is going to be lost by the radiation process. So this wave is going to be radiated into the cladding surface and this energy is going to be lost by the cladding region, lost in the cladding region. So we say that theta A, so theta A is nothing but this is your theta A. Theta A is going to be the maximum angle at which the maximum angle to the axis. So this is your axis. Theta A is going to be the maximum angle to the axis at which your light may enter into the fiber there, so that the ray can be propagated inside the fiber. And this theta A is going to be, A denotes it is your acceptance angle. So this theta A is going to be called as the acceptance angle of the fiber. So here we are going to find out what is the acceptance angle here. So for that, to find the acceptance angle, we are going to apply the concept of your Snell's law. So we know that your Snell's law is nothing but n0 sin phi naught is equivalent to n1 sin phi 1. So here phi 1 is nothing but 90 minus phi c. So if I am going to see in this way, your phi 1 is going to be your angle. Here this phi c, this is your critical angle. Here in this case, this is going to be your phi 1. So this is your 90 degrees. So if I want phi c, it is 90 minus this phi 1. I will be getting this phi c value there. So I will be getting that phi 1 is 90 minus phi c. So if I substitute sin phi 1 is equal to sin 90 minus phi c, that is sin 90 minus theta is nothing but cos theta. So that is equal to cos phi c there. So instead of sin phi 1, I can write it as cos phi c there. So now n0 sin phi naught is equal to n1 cos phi c. So n0 is nothing but the refractive index of the air, and the phi naught is nothing but the angle that is going to be incident on the interface, and n1 is going to be the refractive index of the core there. So here now we are going to apply the Pythagoras theorem there. So when I am going to apply the Pythagoras theorem, we know that cos phi c is equivalent to your square root of n1 square minus n2 square by n1. So in a right angle triangle, if I am going to see, this is your right angle triangle, this is your angle phi 1, and here I am going to have your n2 value to be present, this is your n1. So if I want to find out your cos theta, your cos phi 1, your cos phi 1 is nothing but adjacent side by your hypotenuse. Adjacent side is n2 divided by hypotenuse is square root of n1 square minus n2 square. Similarly, sin theta is nothing but sin phi 1 is nothing but square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by your your opposite side, square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1. So that is what we have written here. So here your cos phi is going to be square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1. So sin phi, this is cos phi c. Cos phi c is, if I am going to see, this is your phi c. So here in this case, cos theta is nothing but adjacent side by your hypotenuse. Adjacent side is square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1. So here we are writing it as cos phi c is equal to square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1, and sin phi naught is nothing but, so from this expression if I am going to see, sin phi naught is nothing but n1 by n0. Cos phi c is nothing but square root of n1 square minus n2 square divided by n1. So this n1 and this n1 cancels, and it is going to be square root of n1 square minus n2 square by n0. n0 is nothing but the refractive index of the air. So the refractive index of the air, we know that it is going to be 1. So when I substitute the n0 value to be 1, my expression is going to be sin phi naught is equal to square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So I can write phi naught is equivalent to, from this expression, sin inverse of square root of n1 square minus n2 square by n0. So here when the light ray is going to enter, I said the refractive index of the air medium is going to be 1. So the maximum value of the external incidence angle, that is the accepted angle, is going to be theta naught maximum or phi naught maximum there. So here phi naught maximum is sine inverse of square root of n1 square minus n2 square by n naught, where this n naught is 1 means it is going to be sine inverse of square root of n1 square minus n2 square. So this phi naught is going to be called as the maximum acceptance angle there. So it is the maximum angle at which the light ray is going to be incident to the core, incident on the fiber, so that the wave can be propagated through the fiber there. That is called as your acceptance angle. So next is we are going to see the numerical aperture. So the numerical aperture is nothing but the ability of the core to gather the light within the core. The ability of the fiber to gather the light is going to be called as your numerical aperture. So in a numerical aperture we are going to take 3 mediums, where this medium is going to be air, which is going to have a refractive index n0, and the fiber core is going to have a refractive index n1, and the cladding is going to have a refractive index n2. So we are going to take 3 mediums and we are going to see how the light is going to be propagated and the light is going to be gathered inside the fiber core. So here we know that your refractive index of the core should be greater than the refractive index of the cladding surface there. So now a light is going to be incident from the air to the fiber there, where this incident ray is going to make an angle phi 1. So when this incident ray is going to make an angle phi 1, this angle is going to be reflected back here. So when this is going to be incident on this fiber, here in this case it is going to be equivalent to the critical angle there. So when it is going to be, this phi is going to be equivalent to the critical angle. When it is going to be equivalent to the critical angle, my wave will be reflected back into the same medium. So where this is going to be the angle of reflection and this phi is going to be angle of incidence. So here in this case I am going to have a total internal reflection to take place inside the core. So I can write n0 sin theta 1 from the Snell's law. Your n0 sin theta 1 is equivalent to n1 sin theta 2. You are going to consider a right angle triangle. So this is your right angle triangle, your A, B, C. So this is your right angle triangle here. So in this, your phi value is going to be minus phi 2. So here where your phi is going to be greater than the critical angle. So when it is going to be greater than the critical angle, only your total internal reflection will take place there. So here n0 sin theta 1 is equivalent to your theta 2, I can replace it as 90 minus of phi. So I can write it as n1 cos phi. So this theta 2 is nothing but 90 minus phi. So 90 minus phi is, I can write as n1 cos phi. So we know the trigonometric relationship, sin square theta phi plus cos square phi is equal to 1. So from this I want to find what is your cos phi. Cos square phi is nothing but 1 minus sin square phi. So cos phi is square root of 1 minus sin square phi. That is what has been written here. So n1 into 1 minus square root of 1 minus sin square phi. So here we know that sin phi is nothing but n2 by n1. So here we are going to substitute. So this phi is nothing but it should be equivalent to the critical angle for the core cladding interface, so that your reflection process takes place. And theta 1 is nothing but the acceptance angle of the fiber, and it can be denoted by theta A. So here n0 sin theta A is equal to n1 square minus n2 square the whole per half. So where a numerical aperture is equivalent to n0 sin theta A, that is equivalent to n1 square minus n2 square. So here you can write it as your refractive index difference is del is equivalent to n1 square minus n2 square divided by 2n1 square. So in the numerator I can write it as n1 minus n2 into n1 plus n2 there. So n1 plus n2 is your, suppose if I am going to assume that it is going to be nearly equal, then I can approximate it as 2n1 there. So the 2n1 and this 2n1 gets cancelled, and finally we can approximate it as n1 minus n2 divided by n1. So in this case your del value will be very less, that is less than 1. So I can rewrite this numerical aperture as your n1 into 2 del. So here in this case your n1 is going to be n1 into 2 del the whole power half is going to be the numerical